Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest technical analysis as we just dip under 95,000. We'll also be discussing Interpol issues red notice for Hex founder Richard Hart, and CZ confirms the United Arab Emirates holds 40 billion in Bitcoin. Who broke that story first? Just saying. Still rumors at this point, but nonetheless, it feels good to see CZ saying it. Also, quantum computing will fortify Bitcoin signatures, according to the Bitcoin OG, Adam Back. We'll also be discussing breaking news. Crypto analyst predicts incoming Bitcoin parabolic rally. It says Bitcoin is at the point where things are starting to get exciting, and I'll be breaking down his targets and timelines and all that good stuff. Also, Michael Saylor suggests to Jeff Bezos to buy $600 million worth of the Bitcoin. I'll be breaking this story down for you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market and also be sharing a bonus story. A Bitcoin hitting 25.71 million per coin, according to a $7 trillion asset manager. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Welcome everyone to the live stream. Let me know if you can see and hear me loud and clear. Happy Sunday, fun day. I'm streaming live on X, Rumble, and the Tube, and I will be streaming over the course of the next couple of hours. So church is in session, spread the good word. And shout out to everyone in that chat. As you know, this is live and interactive. Shout out Chandy, the one and only. Shout out Crypto Surge, and I see we're filled with the moderators. So shout out to all the mods. We greatly appreciate all your service to the show. Shout out Matt Bukele. Any relation to the one and only Najib Bukele? Let me know. As you know, I'll be in El Salvador alongside Chandy in 3 more weeks, kicking it with the Bitcoin OGs, Max and Stacy. So we're super excited for that. Welcome everyone joining us. A great BTFD opportunity. Most likely Saylor is going to be announcing a big purchase tomorrow, just like clockwork. We can read between the lines. So shout out Michael Saylor. Big things are happening. We're loud and clear. Thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and pin the stream at the top of the profile over on X. And a reminder, I am streaming live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. And now it's pinned so you guys can easily find it. So just go to my X account, follow, repost, all comments and quotes to the reposts get reposted. Helps attract more viewers to the stream, so it's greatly appreciated. And shout out in advance for anyone reposting. Shortcoin says church is in session. Thank you, Shortcoin, reposted. Thank you, Xentella, and of course Chandy, the one and only. Much appreciated. You're very welcome for the updates there. Stay frosty in the winter. That's exactly what we're doing. So anyways, keep the comments flowing, and I'm gonna hit you with the theme music.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome everyone to the live stream. Good to hear. We're loud and clear. Church is in session. Yes, a nice correction today. Bitcoin discount, BTFD alert. We're currently 94,300 and dropping pretty rapidly. Let's see how low she'll go. Maybe we'll get a Nipinator indicator, of course. Shout out Diana Jones. Good to have you on the live stream. Must have mustache. Bitcoin can dump all it wants to. I am buying the bitty baby. Smart money is the buying. And you already know there is no second best.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
When you got the superior asset, it's going up forever. Oracle.
The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
With that being shared, welcome everyone to the live stream. Good to have you guys here. What's crack-a-lackin'? Shout out Carl Fior 93. What the frick? It's crazy. We were just at 108 when I was in Florida, and here we are, 94. You get virtually a $14,000 discount. Take advantage of it. Watching the charts 24/7 is inhumane. Welcome to Chart Watchers Anonymous. My name is JV, and I have an addiction. I've been addicted to the bitty since 2017. I just stare at the charts all day and use my imagination to imagine Bitcoin 20 years from now. How many cycles is that? 5 cycles away. And I foresee a $100 million Bitcoin price. I can foresee a 1.1 million Bitcoin price next year. Max Kaiser's calling for 2.2 million. The broskies are still looking forward to the 420. You already know I'm going to strike the gong for that one. Hey now. Anyways, thank you for the repost there. Mustache, I'm going to check the X feed one more time, and then we'll begin the show. I greatly appreciate all the support. Shout out JC Ice, our one and only Oracle. She says, I waited all day, and now he is here, JB and the fam. Thank you so much. Always appreciate you. Shout out Chandy 10 Music, #1 Bitcoin music channel, hands down. If you're not subscribed to Chandy, what are you doing? And make sure to follow them both on X. Chandy and JC Ice, great accounts to be following. And shout out Diana Jones. Of course, follow them all. They support the stream. We support you, and you guys need to support them. Thank you, Diana. And shout out East Afro King Sunday afternoon with the fam. That's right. We're going to be preaching the holy gospel of Satosh over the next couple of hours. Shout out Bub. Appreciate it, Bub. Thank you for the repost. You guys are too kind. But anyways, let's get right into it, shall we? If you're new to the channel, important to smash the likes, then go ahead and subscribe to #1 Day of the Bitcoin Pod. Hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications. Today is pod number 1856. I'm your host, JV. It's December 22nd, 2024. Bitcoin's correcting today. We've been correcting all weekend, really, since Friday, I believe. And today we're currently just above 94,500. But let's check out Coin 360 here. Should be pulling up on your screen here in a moment. You can see the broader market all in the red and correcting today. Bitcoin down 3%, Ether down 4%, AVAX in the blood red, and virtually everything down. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. The current crypto market cap is at $3.25 trillion. The Bitcoin market cap is all the way down to $1.87 trillion. At the all-time high when we eclipsed 108 last week, we were above, well above 2 trillion for the Bitcoin market cap. 133 billion worth of volume past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance 57.6%. Ether dominance all the way down to 12%. Womp womp. And checking out top 100 crypto gainers. It's sad. It's a sad day in crypto when the FTT scam token of Scam Bankman Fried is the top gainer on the day. You just can't make this ish up. Let me know what alts, if any, you're bullish on, family, and checking out the crypto bubbles. Unfortunately, as you can see visually here, everything's correcting today, minus scam token FTT. Crazy, right? And zooming out on the monthly, we still got a lot to be grateful for. We got a lot in the green, but it's kind of divided. I'd say roughly 50-50. And checking out the Crypto Greed Info Index today, we're 73. Yesterday, 73. Last weekend, 80. And last month, a 94. Why do I sound constipated? I don't even know anymore. And checking out the time chain calendar. If this baby loads, let's get a fresh refresh, shall we? Come on now, time chain calendar. I need to know how many sats I can get for $1 today, so we can exchange the fiat monopoly dollars. But if the site's not working, the site's not working. But there we have it. Thank you, Satosh. We currently can exchange $1 US for 1,057 sats. We're currently on block height number 875,931, and there's 174,069 blocks until the next halving, 2028. So there you have it, yo. And again, welcome everyone just joined the live stream. What's good in the hood? Church is in session. Because it's all about the biddies. But yes, deal with the devil. What kind of devil deal are we talking? Don't pull a Diddy. Never sign on the dotted line to sell your soul for anything, including the biddy. You're going to regret it. X is lagging like a mofo. Should have posted now, JV. Let's friggin' go. Damn you, mofos. Unacceptable. We blame the lizard folks in the high places. So they're all over the place. And that's why I got to consistently strike the gong just to keep those folks at bay. You feel me? But again, welcome everyone joining the live. I'm going to check the X feed again. We're streaming live on X, Rumble, and YouTube as we do each and every day. Must have more sats. I appreciate it, brother. He wrote, now live, the Bitcoin bulls are in the building. Make some noise and shout out to the children, the Bitcoin kids. Speaking of the Bitcoin kids, and shout out Adam Taylor. Appreciate it, brother. Just reposted you. Speaking of the Bitcoin kids, I got to share a little dancey dance, which really made my day when I saw it late last night before I went to bed. And I know I shared it with Chandy, but it's pretty awesome. Shout out Jeff Long and his beautiful kid doing the dancey dance for the Bitcoin kids. I think it's right here. So shout out Jeff Long, and I'm just going to play the clip. This is an original Bitcoin song created by Chandy and I, and it feels so cool to see the kiddos dancing to it with the Bitcoin bling bling on. Look at that bling bling. So I'm just going to play it for you here. Let me put the volume up.
We're gonna stop. Whoa.
And apparently I didn't play it from the beginning, but all the more reason for you to check it out on X and show Jeff Long and his Bitcoin kid some love, because that was a pretty lit dance, and I'm digging the bling bling. So Short Coin says so cute. Precisely. So you already know. But anyways, fam, welcome. What's crack-a-lacking? It's a deal with the devil for sure. What kind of deals are we talking here? Don't do the Diddy deal. You'll regret it. Bears are saying the quantum computing. We're going to talk about quantum computing as per Adam Back discussion a little later. It's one of our stories today. Jeff sent me the clips. I dig it. Shout out Jeff Long. We appreciate that. Good stuff. And putting the audio for the YouTube vid. Excellent. So I take it you're going to make a video specifically with kids dancing to parts of the track. I love it. JB, the deal with the devil bouquet. Oh, the IMF. Well, here's my understanding. And instead of buying 1 Bitcoin a day, they're buying 11. Thank you, IMF. They're using the IMF's loan money to just buy more Bitcoin. Nothing really changes the bottom line. So keep that in mind. It's just like, okay. It's kind of like, yeah, if the IMF approached you and said, yo, I'll let you borrow $1 billion, you'll probably take it as well and then just buy some Bitcoin with it. As long as you don't have to agree to no bullshit, in which they didn't have to agree to no bullshit. Nothing really changes. They're phasing out the Chivo wallet anyways. No one recommends it. Not even the Salvadorians. Not even, Bukele. Not even Max and State. No one recommends it. So who cares? Phase that mofo out. Replace it. Businesses have always had the opportunity to choose to accept Bitcoin, cash. It's not like they have to only accept Bitcoin, which is how the FUD article made it appear. Now they have the option. No, they've always had the option. Legal tender is US dollar, Tether, and Bitcoin. So business owners have always had that option. You can accept all three. You feel me? But anyways, I digress. 90 or 120 this year, 124 still in play. And speaking of 420, happy 420, broskies. Let's freaking go. 420 in play. We the Bitcoin kids. But anyways, the high priest says El Salvador is looking to buy 20,000. Exactly. Enough of the 11 a day. Just go right to the 20 G's. Take the entire loan and just buy all the Bitcoin on the dip. You already know Michael Saylor will be announcing a multi-million or billion-dollar buy tomorrow. Mark my words. But anyways, welcome everyone join the live stream. Already 600 people here. You guys are the bomb diggity. Thanks for helping blow up the stream. Let's dive into today's technical analysis, aka the astrology for the broskies. And then we'll be pulling up some of the live charts. The headline here reads, Bitcoin social sentiment drops to the yearly low, signaling the Bitcoin breakout. That's right. Social sentiment around the Bitty has hit the lowest point thus far this year, which could signal the incoming recovery above the 100G level. Let me know if you agree. Bitcoin's price currently down over 10% from the all-time high. Oh no, it's the end of the world. But yeah, keep in mind, 5 days ago, we were just at 108.3, which is the current all-time high. And you guys got to witness that live, which is pretty spectacular. Following the 10% correction, social media sentiment around Bitcoin fell to the lowest level this year to an average ratio of 4 to 5 positive versus negative Bitcoin-related comments. However, this low retail investor sentiment could be a sign of the incoming Bitcoin breakout. Quoting sentiment here, vocal traders are now showing severe FUD. And that's good news for the contrarians who know the markets move in the opposite direction of the retail expectations. That's right. Bitcoin's on its own trajectory. Who cares where they think it's going? Other crypto analysts are also expecting an end to the Bitcoin correction under 100 Gs as per the Bitcoin daily chart. And I'll be pulling up some of the live charts here shortly. And let's not forget, January 20th, Gary Gensler resigns officially. Nippinator chases him out of the SEC. Trump takes the place of the Biden administration. Game on. Bitcoin could be gearing up for a recovery before the end of the year based on the price fractal patterns that are used in crypto trading to identify the key support, resistance levels, and potential trend reversals based on the historical data. Quoting Elja Boom, based on the emerging fractals on the daily, Bitcoin could be set to recover above 100,000. Thank you, Captain Obvious. We have seen this before, like 10,000 times have we eclipsed 100 Gs. But anyways, Bitcoin's correction may extend another week based on historical data, according to another analyst by the name of Rec Capital, quoting him here. In 2017, week 7, as well as week 8 and 9, were also corrective. In 2021, week 6 and 8 were corrective. Bitcoin is currently in week 7 and slowly transitioning into the week 8. Yet Bitcoin's price trajectory flashes the optimistic signs for next year. Improving the macroeconomic conditions and easing the global monetary policy could bolster the price above 160. And this is according to Matrix Port. Let me know if you agree or disagree. And checking out some of the live chart action Jackson for you. Give me a second to flip this scene so you can see even zoomed in here clearly. There you go. So yeah, we're looking at Coinbase via TradingView right now. This is the 1 hour chart. We're just going to take a quick look at it all. You can see the 1 hour corrective red candle as we're continuing to correct. We do have a bull target in the red though, sitting at 101.9, just shy of 102. Zooming out from the 1 hour, we'll take a quick look at a 4 hour chart. As you can see here, there is a rising wedge formation, but we have been correcting pretty much all weekend. Again, we're currently sitting just above 94,700. We do have a bear target on the 4 hour chart all the way down to 80,000. Let me know how low you think she'll go in the limbo. And checking out the 1 day, massive rising wedge. They say when in doubt, zoom out. And it's a great reminder of how bullish we truly are. So don't get it twisted. Being corrected after whatever, 10% drop, still sitting in 94 is pretty sexy if you were to ask me. But there is a rising wedgie, the only type of wedgie I enjoy. And there is also a bear target here, sitting at roughly 76.7 on the daily chart. And zooming out from there, we'll take a quick look at the weekly and the monthly. The weekly chart shows we do have a bull target still in play, sitting at 124,000. We do get the weekly candle close today at around 6 p.m. And we had 6 consecutive green candle weekly closes, but it looks like this week we're finally struck with a red. But zooming out on the monthly, as you can see, we got another week and a half left until the end of the year, putting a bow on 2024. Moonvember's candle was the biggest we have ever had in the history of Bitcoin, roughly a 30,000 price appreciation. Clearly, there's a red candle forming with where we're currently at, but we still have a week and a half left to finish strong for the year. But there you have it, crypto fam. What do you think the Bitcoin price is likely to go as far as the cycle peak for the year? This year of 2024, do you think the top is in just for the year at 108.3, or do you think we're likely to break that mofo? Let me know. And again, welcome everyone joining the stream. I'm going to check the X feed again. We already got 800 people here. I'm digging it. Thank you guys so much for all the love. And shout out anyone reposting. Jeff, appreciate it, brother. He wrote, the best day of the Bitcoin pod. JV is preaching the gospel. Amen. Appreciate it, brother. And shout out Shandy, reposted Short Coin's post, Orange Pilled Folk. Head on over to the best day of the Bitcoin pod with JV. Thank you, Short Coin and Shandy. Much appreciated. And again, more sats. Kingston Hoddle, he says, might need a prayer and a miracle to get us back to 100 by Christmas. I don't know if that would be considered a Christmas miracle, but to each their own. But anyways, welcome everyone just joining us here today. What up, Jesse? What's crack-a-lackin'? Shout out Suckchain, Sing Bath. What a username you got there. MicroStrategy price will be interesting in the morning. Consolidating, considering the sell-off, and the triple Q buys. Word up. Oh no, down 10%. What shall I do? Should we sell everything and move north? What's a man to do? Oh no. Or should we move south? Get out of the cold. I'm already in the south, so I don't know. And go any more south, I may be in Antarctica. By the ice wall, will finally reveal the lizard folk in their natural form, if we have to, whatever it takes. Buyed for 50,000 on 103. Well, congratulations on stacking the sats. You may be temporarily down on that buy, but we all know the direction the Bitcoin price is trending and where it will be at this time next year. You feel me? So good to have you here. Due to the daily accidents, the Oracle, we have no dog in this fight. Yeah, We'll see who the last man standing is. Will it be the Peter Schiffmeister? Who knows? Angie Matthews says yes. Right on. Cheers, family. Happy Sunday. Can you believe the year's almost over? Can you believe 2 more days till Christmas Eve? Can you believe we're only 3 days away from Christmas? It's crazy. It's crazy talk. 30 cents Bitcoin can't lose anymore. Yeah, if you're one of the rare, few rarities, like a Max Kaiser started collecting Bitcoin at 25 cents, you're an OG. JB doing the live from the ice wall. I mean, that would be pretty epic. Granted, I got the internet. Will Starlink work out there? I'd love to stream from the ice wall. Military would shoot me down, I'm sure, but that's how you go out. If you want to go out with a bang, do a live stream at the ice wall. Reveal everything. You know what I mean? Get a private pilot, maybe in one of those fighter planes that they can't shoot down, and then just, live stream that mofo. I want to see what's on the other side already. It's okay. We just have some lettuce hands. And there's a lot of Portnoy's out there. He says he still holds I think he said 15 Bitcoin, which is just shy of 1.5 million at today's prices. Crazy 2024, will it be over? The best year for the biddy? 2025, mark my words, will be the best year of the cycle. You ain't seen nothing yet. The year of the halving is always like the warm-up year, and that's where we're at right now.
No plan B needed, I have the biddy.
105 by 25 for sure. Right on. But anyways, fam, keep the comments flowing. Much appreciated. Church is in session. Next story of the day, fam. We broke down the latest astrology for the broskies. And now we're going to discuss this crazy story of the Interpol issuing a red notice for the Hex founder, Richard Hart. That's right. The world's largest international police organization by the name of Interpol has issued a red notice for the Hex founder, Richard Schuler, if I'm pronouncing that properly, also known as Richard Hart, for allegedly committing tax fraud and assault. Sounds familiar, kind of like to the Roger Ver situation. A red notice is a global request for law enforcement to locate and provisionally arrest the person, so they want to ultimately get him in custody, with Finnish authorities seeking his arrest. However, a red notice is not an international arrest warrant. Schuler was also listed on Europe's most wanted fugitive list. Wow. Where the same allegations went into more detail. It alleged that Schuler physically assaulted a 16-year-old victim. What's up with that? I never heard this until now. By grabbing their hair and dragging them into a stairwell and knocking them to the ground. I pray this is just FUD, because what adult in their right mind would treat a 16-year-old this way? So I'm hoping it's just an allegation, nothing more, but you just never know in today's world. What are your thoughts to that? Hart is suspected of tax evasion. I think this is the real reason they want him. They're probably trying to set a precedent and make an example out of him, if I was to speculate. But nonetheless, between June 2nd of 2020 and April 2nd of 2024, the red notice comes just 3 months after a remand order was initially issued. And I'm curious how many of you are Hex or Pulse X or any of the tokens that he created holders. Do let me know. Now you can see the actual publication here from Interpol, wanted by Finland, Schuler, Richard James. It says he's 45 years old. There's his beautiful mugshot. Not necessarily a mugshot, but you see what I'm trying to say, just his photo there. Anyways, the police detective told YLE that Hart's income reporting did not match the tax service's estimates. Schuler, and guess what? They couldn't take down Al Capone. Want to know how they got him? Tax evasion. It's crazy, right? But anyways, he remained active on social media and has made comments that appeared to allude to the matter. So he's still openly talking about it, and they still can't locate him. It's kind of crazy. If the haters really wanted to get me down, they can raise more than the $27 million I did for medical research, he shared, and that was yesterday. Nothing makes haters angrier than success. There's a lot of truth to that. Every time they think of you, it reminds them of how they're not doing half of what they could. Meanwhile, Schuler is still caught up in a lawsuit with the U.S. Regulators. I guess that's considered the SEC over alleged unregistered offerings. I would take it Gary deemed all of his tokens unregistered securities, and that's an ongoing lawsuit. August 22nd, Hart requested to dismiss the $1 billion lawsuit, but the SEC pushed back. Not surprised. Arguing it has the full authority to bring the case to heart. It kind of makes you think they're pushing all this now because we all know Gary Gensler leaves office and Trump and his team is all pro-crypto and may not deem everything unregistered security like Gary and the current Biden administration with their war on crypto. So maybe they're trying to get him in custody before Trump and the entire team in the White House trade places. That's my assumption here. The SEC claim Hart has raised more than $1 billion through the unregistered offer. Exactly. He's referring to his token as an unregistered security, hence this whole thing. And according to the complaint, Hart touted the tokens as a pathway to grandiose wealth for investors. But that's all I got for you. Let me know your thoughts surrounding that. Do you think he'll get locked up? Do you think he'll get away with it? Let me know. It's all very fascinating to read. So, did you go to church today? You're in church right now. It's called the Holy Gospel of Satoshi, and we preach it each and every day. I bought a bit of the Hex back in the day. That's still on the MetaMask, but it was only like $100. Well, hopefully you got some good returns there. I saw one of the tokens crash 50% the other day, but it's still a massive market cap. I don't know how it will likely impact the projects in whole. That's why I'm curious how many of you are actually invested in it. Let me know. And shout out Serge, the rest of the fam. What it do? 2025 will make millionaires. You're damn right. There's going to be a lot of new crypto millionaires, a lot of new crypto billionaires, a lot of new Satoshi millionaires. In fact, it only costs roughly $1,000 USD monopoly money to be considered a Satoshi millionaire. So if you're not already a Satoshi millionaire, go smash buy right now. How dare you watch my stream and not be a Satoshi millionaire? It's just $1,000. Make it happen, Captain. They are trying to tell people that the Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme, and some of the boards my husband reads, I asked him why he's reading the FUD. Sometimes you gotta whop, slap some sense into him, like the old Batman show. Whop, boom, shakalaka. Hey, JV, I am at home, and I'm watching the greatest show on the tube. Love you, brother. Right back at you, DNA. Appreciate you, fam. Respect.
Bitcoin is my plan A, B, C, D, and E.
Oh, snap. You guys watched the boxing fight? Usyk versus Fury. He got the unanimous decision by all the judges. So we have a new undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk.
There is no other plan for me. I am with the...
I'm trying to tell people that Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme. Yeah, it's crazy to read that, yo. It's interesting what people gravitate to, usually the negative.
Bit, rip through the dips, bitty Bitcoin. It's my plan A, B, C, D, and E. I'm team BTC. Through God, Satoshi educated me.
You hear that? Through God, Satoshi educated me. Preach.
Through God, Satoshi freed me.
Amen. Through God, Satoshi freed me. Very epic lyrics by Chandy 10 Music. The records are coming soon. Shout out Shelton. What it do, broski? Welcome to the live. Yeah, you missed the fight, brother. You missed the fight of the century. No knockdowns this time. Whereas fight number 1, Tyson was very close to getting knocked down. The rope saved him several times. I think it was in the 10th round. This time, nothing like that. It was a good fight, but Fury came up short, obviously.
Through God, Satoshi chain.
Oh, yeah, and Tyson weighed like 50 pounds more than him. It was like 280 versus 230, which is crazy.
Me.
Fury's like a giant. It's like David versus Goliath.
Plan A, B, C, D, and E. Bitcoin's the only financial plan for me.
Angels in the orange.
Angels in the orange. Angels in the orange. Yes, I said angels in the orange. I see angels in
Cold storage. Let's go. Over 1,000 people on the stream. Keep the comments flowing. It's always appreciated. Greg, welcome. Bitcoin has endured many storms and FUD, like the China ban, the FTX, the Mt. Gox, and the Nauseum. Hold the helm and the quarters deck pirates. Arr. I dig it. Shout out Richard and the rest of the fam. Let's continue with the news, shall we? Talking about quantum computing, a big topic of conversation in the crypto community. Quantum computing will fortify the Bitcoin signatures, according to the Bitcoin OG, Adam Back. If you've never seen a Bitcoin gangsta before, you're looking at one. And I ain't talking Nippinator. Advancements in quantum computing have the potential to strengthen the Bitcoin network. Do you hear that? Strengthen the the Bitcoin network in the coming decades, even though there are widespread concerns about the tech's ability to compromise the cryptographic encryption. So yeah, industry insiders previously voiced concerns that quantum computing may break cryptographic algorithms in the future, thanks to the ability to perform the computational processes at previously unimagined speed, thanks to the advancements of quantum physics. Yet, despite these concerns, quantum computing could lead to a stronger Bitcoin network. That's the other side of the coin they don't talk about. And according to Adam Back, the co-founder and CEO of Blockstream, the inventor of Hashcash and one of the most notable cryptographers of the world, post-quantum is still several decades out at least, which is why the hash-based PQ scheme will never be viable. PQ signature research will eventually produce conservative, well-reviewed, more compact signatures, and Bitcoin can add those schemes as another option. So the Bitcoin OG has spoken. There's nothing to worry about with that quantum computing foot. Bitcoin signatures prevent the Bitcoin transactions from being altered by another party as an essential part of the network security mechanism. When a transaction occurs, the private keys are used to sign the transfer as a mathematical proof that the Bitcoin is owned by the address holder. Bitcoin and the future security of the network have garnered increasing attention from the investors over the past couple of weeks. As you know, we surpassed the 100,000 milestone, tapping a new all-time high, currently sitting at 108.3. Now, is Google's new quantum computing chip a threat to the crypto encryption? I think not. Concerns about quantum computing's potential to disrupt crypto transactions have been reignited by the Google latest quantum computing chip. The chip reportedly solves a computational problem in under 5 minutes, a task that would take the most advanced supercomputer approximately 10 septillion years to complete, and that's such a big number. I've never even heard the word septillion, but it kind of almost rhymes with reptilian. Gary Gensler and his folks, you feel me? The new chip, known as the Willow, can exponentially correct errors and process certain computation at a mind-boggling pace. Well, there you go. It lends credence to the notion the quantum computation occurs in many parallel universes, whatever that means, in line with the idea that we live in a multiverse, different timelines. I get it. A prediction first made by David Deutsch, if I'm pronouncing that right, tech entrepreneur and former senior product manager of Google, Kevin Rose, shared in a statement that the Willow was still far short of being a threat to crypto. And until people's private keys are hacked by the quantum computing, I'm really not concerned. But according to Rose, estimates for the comprising Bitcoin encryption would require a quantum computer with approximately 13 million qubits, whatever that means, to achieve decryption within 24 hours. In contrast, Google's Willow chip, while a significant advancement, comprises only 105 qubits. Not even close. I act like I understand what they're talking about. I really don't. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik is also prepping for the post-quantum era. Buterin has also proposed a way to mitigate the risk of quantum computing for Ethereum with a simple hard fork that can subvert the issue. So here's my 2 Satoshis on this. Bottom line, family, cryptographers and Bitcoiners will be ahead of the curve versus the lizard folk. They don't really stand a chance. That's why we strike the gong very often here, because Gary Gensler, Senator Warren, the Biden administration, Kamala, and the rest of the lizard folk, they're not welcome around yonder. Just saying. Anyways, smack us with the quantum quick smart, bro. Exactly. I understood all of that. I'm like a super genius. Anything Adam Back talks about, I completely understand and can decipher in any language. Maybe if I was the AI version of JV. Maybe. Anyways, taking profits is a dicey subject. It really is. Everyone says you got to skim a little cream off the top. I'm old school. I don't skim the cream. Anyways, this hack would be illegal. Exactly. You're going to jail. Like the Bitfinex hackers. How dare you even fathom hacking someone's Bitcoin? Unacceptable. If you're going to hack anything, hack Gary Gensler's bank account. Do something useful for humanity, please. Anyways. Remember when they hacked the SEC's X account to make the big announcement before they planned on announcing it? Shout out to the Nippinator, your new chairman of the SEC, showing off again. This might be the indicator we've been waiting for, Vam. This might be the $100,000 transaction in play. I don't know. Nippinator, keep an eye on that pup. Depends on what your long-term plan is, Ryan. I will probably sell everything else. Bless you. Nippinator. Satoshi blesses you. Look at that. The next thing. Bless you. Oh my God. I think, look at them. I've never seen this. I think the dark forces that possess Gensler and Warren and Yellen and Biden, they may have entered him. He does a lot of the quantum jumping, if you're familiar with that. He does a lot of remote viewing and that kind of stuff. And sometimes the evil spirits, they go through him. But he rejects them in the name of Christ, clearly. But sometimes you got to keep them accountable, Nit. Sometimes you got to hold them accountable. You just attack. If you got to attack, you attack. Don't hold back. You mean January 20th, when you take Gensler's spot at the SEC, don't hold back. Straight to the gonads. You know what I mean? Lockjaw like a pit bull. That's all I'm saying. Sit out, Mark B. Just found my favorite new channel. Respect, brother. I appreciate that. There you go. Bless the nippy nips. 100%. Nipsey, we all love you. You got an entire community behind you supporting you, Nip. So don't let the lizard folk ever win. Before Bitcoin breaks, everything else breaks first. Exactly. You already know. Just like we're breaking the algorithm right now. 110,000 pump a coming. That's right, because you know what that means when we enter price discovery, broskies. Orange panty night or no panty night. Either or is completely acceptable.
It's red panty night when you sign to find me, yeah? Back at home with your wife. It's a celebration.
It is a celebration every day. But anyways, keep the comments flowing. Greatly appreciate y'all. I'm going to check the X feed one more time. Repost anyone for reposting the stream, such as Catherine Weaver. Thank you. Appreciate you. Every day she's reposting. Respect. And again, thank you, Jeff, the rest of the fam. But let's continue with the news. I do still got a lot to share. And we'll do a live Q&A segment when I get done with all the news. So let's continue where we left off here. And yesterday, I shared big news of a circulating rumor of the UAE owning roughly 400,000 Bitcoin and making a massive acquisition recently of 300,000 Bitcoin. CZ actually posted it as fact. So I found that fascinating because at this moment, it's kind of a rumor until they come out and declare it. But maybe they're not going to do so because it would be shooting themselves in the foot. Then Bitcoin price shoots up and they have to buy and get less sats per dollar. So you got to fathom all that into the equation. But shout out CZ, the Binance founder. He wrote, the United Arab Emirates holds 40 billion in Bitcoin. What was my podcast about? What was the featured story yesterday? Exactly what CZ just said, meaning I'm ahead of him. That's pretty lit. But anyways, this was a featured story. UAE reaches new milestone. Yesterday, there were no articles written about it, but apparently I did a podcast about it, and these article sources are now covering ultimately what I was discussing. So anyways, let's break this baby down, shall we? The rise of the broader global market boom, further solidifying the UAE's position as a crypto leader. The country's embrace of the blockchain tech and digital assets is driven by both the government and private investments. Position it as a key player for the global crypto adoption. And as you know, even in yesterday's pod, I shared all the stories going back from last year where Max was very aggressively hinting at there's massive buys occurring in the Middle East. You know, we talk about the sovereign wealth funds in Qatar. Abu Dhabi just recently had a major event with Trump Jr. or what's his name? Eric Trump was very bullish, gave one of the best speeches there. We've been covering all this. The UAE, which is the United Arab Emirates, has actively nurtured a favorable environment for crypto. And guess where the biggest fight, the heavyweight fight was last night? It was also in the Middle East. And I think they gave like 185 million fight purse between the two boxers, which is like unheard of. But it just goes to show you how much money is coming out of there. These strategic measures have encouraged both local and international blockchain startups to flourish, leading to the rumored increase in the nation's Bitcoin reserves. Market sentiment reflects growing confidence in the UAE approach as investors view the country's moves as timely, in line with the global economic trends. Low interest rates and inflation concerns are driving the Bitcoin appeal as a hedge, and the UAE's proactive adoption of the digital currency aligns with the global shift. Technological advancements in blockchain are also boosting the Bitcoin attraction, attracting or drawing institutional investors to the biddy. And looking ahead, experts predict the UAE will continue to expand its Bitcoin holdings. The country's success is integrating crypto into the economy economy and setting a precedent for others. They want to do it the biggest and baddest, potentially encouraging further institutional investments and helping solidify the Bitcoin place in the global financial system. This strategic shift, and I ain't talking Peter Schiffmeister, is expected to have the long-lasting economic benefits, enhancing the job creation, innovation, and financial inclusivity, while reducing reliance on the oil. That's right. Let's do away with the oil and just stack thy biddy. We also had Lark Davis come out hinting of the UAE stockpiling of the Bitcoin, which I did cover in yesterday's pod. Bitcoin has also reported that the Middle Eastern nation has accumulated significant amounts of Bitcoin. However, at this current moment, none of this has been proven directly by the UAE, so I got to be 100. Right now, it's all speculation. If I was a betting man, I'd say they most definitely have a Bitcoin reserve and a stockpile of Bitcoin, but I don't think they're going to announce it. It wouldn't be advantageous for them to do so, but we'll soon find out, won't we? Let me know your thoughts on that, family. Do you think the UAE is holding a massive stockpile of Bitcoin, potentially 400,000? Let me know your thoughts, and you already know. $600 million for the Bezos wedding. Yeah, we're going to get into that story, I think, next. Discussing, we have a prediction from an analyst about a parabolic rally, and then we'll discuss the Saylor and Jeff Bezos back and forth. But yeah, allegedly, I don't know if it's FUD, but allegedly there's supposed to be like a $600 million wedding that Bezos is hosting. And let me refresh the chat. It might have froze. And so Saylor responded to Bezos on X and said, yo, do you know how much Bitcoin you can buy with $600 million? And shout out to the Giga Chat. I think he's going to make a massive announcement tomorrow, a multi-billion-dollar purchase. Let's see if I'm right. Julio's, good morning. And there we are. Yeah, man. Charlene says, when Bitcoin hits a new all-time high, it's no panty night. And who am I to disagree with Charlene? I'm with her on that. I think if the broski chooses the orange panties, let him have the orange panties. If he chooses no panties, just go bear. That's the only bear we welcome for the broskies. The bear assets, if you feel what I'm saying. Shout out Motaz. Is it possible that Bitcoin will go to 80? It is possible. It's only 15,000 more of a dip, considering we hit 108 and dropped here. Some analysts are saying we're going to go to 80,000 before ripping, like the new Scottie Pippen. I can't lie to you and pretend I have a magic 8-ball and I could just shake it and predict the future. I'm not Nostradamus, clearly. I'm not, Edgar Casey. I'm not the sleeping prophet. But if I was the sleeping prophet, I'd look into the future right now and tell you exactly. The best I can do is give you a Nippinator indicator. And if we get the indicator, we share it. Simple and plain. The only one that can see into the future and access the Akashic records just as pristine as an Edgar Casey, it's going to be this little pup right there. He's always channeling the spirit of Satoshi. So that's why we love the Nippinator. Drop some music. I got you, big dog.
In the cold storage, it's all in the orange. Sunrise, sunset, hope alive. Bitcoin
Amen. With God, anything is possible. Anything.
isn't a bet. You have been told, never forget. This is your chance to change the tides and make your own sunlight.
And I appreciate all the love, fam. I see we already got 1,300 people on the live stream, so thank you for the comments, the quotes, and all that fun stuff. We are live on X, Rumble, and YouTube, and we're 50 minutes in. I will be streaming at least for the next hour. It's typically a 2-hour stream, and when I get done with all the headlines and these predictions I'm about to share with you and the latest between Bezos and Saylor, we'll flip it and do some live Q&A for the broskies, and of course for the siskies. Can't forget about the ladies. Wop, wop, wop says it's going to zero. My response to that?
Wop, 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 wop.
That's it. Anyways, bounce from 91A. Bitcoin is my bare necessities of life, my man. See, the broskies can relate. 132, January 3rd, eh? What's the significance of the Jan 3rd? Let me know. Is that your birthday? Wop, 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 wop. JV, mess them up. Let me do my stuff. Why you trolling like a, ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. They not like us. But you already know. Short coin, drop the hammer. Yeah, apparently you're not allowed to say Bitcoin's going to zero on my stream. You know what I mean? You got whopped. They call them poor. Precisely. Bitcoin, the next world reserve asset? Of course. Of course. But anyways, let's get into our next target. I want to break down our two feature stories here. I always share the best for last, if you haven't noticed that. Yeah, I mean, I organize the articles by what is the most bullish, and I save the best for last. So here's a parabolic rally prediction from an analyst, and then we'll discuss the latest from Mikey Saylor and Jeff Bezos, their little back and forth here this morning, and then we'll do the live Q&A. Let me know if that sounds good, and again, welcome everyone joining us. Crypto analyst predicts incoming Bitcoin parabolic rally. Send the parabola. Says Bitcoin is at the point where things are starting to get exciting. Thank you, Captain Obvious. As if we weren't so excited already. But anyways, TechDev shared on X that Bitcoin's flashing the technical signal that preceded the steep rallies of the past. The trader shares the chart suggesting the biddy has breached the upper range of the Bollinger Band in the 2-month time frame after spending about 2 years recovering from the bear market bottom. Keyword, bear market bottom. Traders use Bollinger Bands to identify the potential periods of the volatility. Expansion to determine whether the asset is overbought or oversold. TechDev's chart suggests the two signals were present during the 2016-2020 market cycle, just before the Bitcoin ignited the parabolic surges, quoting them here. This is where things have gotten exciting. That's right, the charts don't lie. Look at that. It just shows you where we're currently at, right before we ascend to new all-time highs. 420 in play is all I'm saying. And looking at Bitcoin from a different perspective, the analyst says Bitcoin is in the early stages of the parabolic ascent. Agree with that. Based on the King Crypto logarithmic moving average convergence divergence, known as the MACD indicator. The MACD is designed to reveal changes of an asset trend, strength, and momentum. Quoting the analyst here, paying attention to the high time frame offers the best chance to trade the cycles. 30,000 was not the top because the high time frame expansion had not ended. 50,000 was not the top because the high time frame expansion has not ended. 70,000 wasn't the top. 90,000 wasn't the top. And the high time frame expansion still has not ending. Hence, it's going up forever, Laura. So based on the trader's chart, which you can actually see here in your screen, he seems to suggest Bitcoin will not witness a cycle top until the MACD on the 2-month chart hits the resistance of a 0.12. The Bitcoin MACD appears to be currently hovering at 0.04, which, what does that give us? 3x potential from here. So hypothetically, can you say 300,000 in play? But let me know your thoughts, fam, and I'll read the comments out loud before we dive into our feature story of the day. Thank you, JV. If you want to come to Denver this winter, I got your ski trip. I might take you up on that. Thank you. I hear they got some good buds out there in Colorado. I actually do enjoy Colorado. It's a great place to be. I have some, not family, but friends that are like family out there. I guess the haters will say it's going to zero. Maybe he got confused. Everything is going to zero versus Bitcoin. I mean, you have every right to believe whatever you like. So, I mean, people are just going to laugh and point at you for saying something so retarded on my live stream, especially when you're filled with Bitcoin maxis and there's 1,300 of you watching. So if you want to point and laugh at someone, feel free to do so. You know who to laugh at. Saylor is asking Bezos how much Bitcoin 600 mil can buy, like me asking my boys when they do dumb shit with their money. Ghost ride the bit. Thank you, JV. Cheers, family. Charlie Munger said 0. Yeah, he's no longer with us. All enemies of Bitcoin shall perish. I don't make up the rules. That's just what history shows us. Look at Roger Ver. Not doing so great. Look at Charlie Munger. I mean, he's in a different realm right now. Whether it's purgatory, heaven, or hell, that's for you to decide. You feel me? So yeah, the enemies of Bitcoin, they don't thrive so well, do they? Look at the Biden administration. They're out. Adios. You feel me? Jobless. Shout out Ron P. Good to have you here, brother. Welcome, everyone joining us. We're about to dive into the feature story of the day. We got close to 1,400 people here watching live. We're on X, Rumble, and YouTube. If you guys haven't already, if you guys can repost the stream on X, it's appreciated. If you're not following me on X, please do so. My account has a modest 36,000 followers. We got to get to 100,000. With your help, we can make that a reality. Let's blow up the stream, broskies. Pet Rock family in the building. Shout out to everyone holding and stacking the pet rocks. Ain't no rock like a pet rock, because a pet rock is better than a sock. And if you're going to hit someone like Homie the Clown, you put the pet rock in the sock. Wop, wop, wop. Tell me it's going to 0 again. I dare you. Just saying. Munger and Warren are the old timers. Of course they don't understand the biddy lovers. No, they understand precisely what Bitcoin represents. They know it's the future. They're just enemies of mankind, and they're persuaded by the lizard folks that pay their salaries, if they're not lizard folks themselves. But I'm skeptical. Let me know your thoughts. What do we call those who store fiat as a store of value in the bank? I thought you'd never ask.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People, finish the sentence for Mikey. Ron P says 1,000x from here. Easy peasy, broski.
People that use fiat.
Moderators are awesome. You guys are always lit. Respect.
Currency as a store of value.
What do we call them, folks?
We call them poor. We call them poor.
Wait, I didn't catch that, Michael. One more time, please.
People that use fiat.
What do we call them? You guys nailed it. Spot on. Sharp crew here with us today.
Currency. We call them poor.
Amen. But anyways, welcome everyone joining us. Now for our featured story of the day. Michael Saylor suggests to Jeff Bezos, one of the richest men in the world, to buy $600 million worth of Bitcoin. So let's break down this tweet. And also, I guess I'll preface this with, more recently, Michael Saylor gave a 3-minute speech to the Microsoft board of directors and pitching why they should put Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Unfortunately for them, Microsoft that is, because Bitcoin doesn't need them, they need Bitcoin, they denied it. But nonetheless, Saylor is the man at orange pilling rich folk, as we know. And so it's pretty cool to see some interaction between Jeff Bezos, one of the richest in the world. I would speculate maybe the second on paper. I'm pretty confident Elon is the richest in paper. I heard Elon hit the $400 billion club, the first human being in existence on paper to do so. But let's break this one down. So yeah, Jeff Bezos was ultimately shooting down alleged rumor or allegation that they were planning like a crazy extravagant wedding for like, was it $600 million? So ultimately, let me just read you the tweet. Bezos wrote, "Furthermore, this whole thing is completely false. None of this is happening," I guess referring to the $600 million wedding. "The old adage, don't believe anything you..." Didn't he just like successfully divorce and have to pay the wife half the assets? You know what I mean? Obviously, if he did get married, it's, you know, prenup, but I digress. "Is even more true today than it ever has been. Now lies can get all the way around the world before the truth can get its pants on. Be careful out there." But anyways, Saylor responded to all that mess and wrote, $600 million would buy a lot of the biddy. And it sure would. Can someone run the math? How many Bitcoin can Jeff Bezos smash by with $600 million? And what's $600 million to a billionaire worth hundreds of billions? It's nothing. That would be considered bearish. And let me tell you why that is here. There was a $7 trillion asset manager recently here on the Schwab network preaching that if you don't have at least 10% of your assets in Bitcoin, you are going to fall significantly behind. Now, run some math. And I'm not a math whiz, but this is what it says. 900 trillion times 10% is 90 trillion of a hypothetical demand. 90 trillion, which I know we have more than that in the total addressable financial market, which people speculate is 300-400 trillion. So it's very doable, by the way. Max Kaiser, in fact, has said he believes half of that will flow into Bitcoin, half the total addressable financial market. So this is very conservative. 90 trillion times the 6x multiplier would equal a 540 trillion market cap. And that would turn Bitcoin to 25.7 million per biddy. And again, that's just with a 10% allocation of the assets into Bitcoin. What happens if it was 50% and Max's numbers are more accurate? Holy moly. Talk about 100 million Bitcoin becoming a possibility here. Pretty amazing. Now, another breaking thing for the 7th week in a row, Mikey Saylor posted the Saylor Bitcoin tracker. Every single time he has done this. The following day, he announces a massive Bitcoin acquisition. So my speculation leads me to believe tomorrow, Michael Saylor, very bright and early in the morning, is going to say, we just purchased another $5 billion of Bitcoin, adding an additional 50,000 Bitcoin to the balance sheet. So you already know. I mean, look at the orange tracker every single time without fail. So Michael Saylor already has his company, at least 430,000 plus Bitcoin. His goal is to control 5% of the circulating supply, which I have no doubt in my mind he'll do it because he figured out the Saylor put where he can just borrow infinite money doing some convertible shareholder stock witchcraft at the end of the day. I'm not going to pretend to understand how all that works. I'm not a corporate guy. But nonetheless, he figured it out. And he's just going to continue to buy at virtually 0% interest and stack as many Bitcoin as possible. And a lot of the corporations are going to follow the Saylor put because if they don't, they're going to get left behind. And so let's see if Bezos takes some advice from the Giga Chat, and let's see how much of $1 billion purchase he announces tomorrow. That's what I'm anticipating at least. So let me know your thoughts on that. And do you think Amazon will eventually adopt Bitcoin as a form of payment? Because I want you to think about this. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just assuming, I would assume Amazon is the largest retailer in the world. I mean, the two things I think of when I think of retailers, Amazon, largest online, and Walmart. Correct me if I'm wrong if something's bigger than those two. They're juggernauts. But if they start accepting Bitcoin payments, they can save themselves billions of dollars just in transaction fees that don't have to go to frickin' Visa, MasterCard, Amex, or whatever the traditional legacy payment rails they're using. This would be extremely significant because with a Bitcoin transaction, the transaction is the settlement. That's the genius of Bitcoin. The transaction is the settlement. The retailers can literally save billions of dollars and pass those savings to their customers. If you can purchase things with Bitcoin and save money, who wouldn't do so? So let me know your thoughts on that. I think it's a sign of the times and it's inevitable. Will they do that likely in 20? I don't know what year they're going to do it, but eventually all the companies will adopt Bitcoin some way, somehow. And all the companies already have exposure to Bitcoin some way, somehow. Let's not forget, 90% of the companies of the S&P 500, who are the primary shareholders, BlackRock's in the top 3 of every company, including Microsoft, including MicroStrategy, right? It's always Vanguard, BlackRock, the same people own everything. You know what I mean? And we're trying to change that with the Biddy. But let me know your thoughts and let me know if you think Bezos will do the smart thing and adopt Bitcoin so he could, you know what I mean, be a trillionaire here. He's not too far away already as it is. Up forever, JV. Shout out to the fruits and veggies. I appreciate it, amigo. I appreciate that super. This gong strike is for you, broski. I got to hit that harder. Hold on. That's a gong strike. But anyways, welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. I'm going to do my best to read as much of the comments out loud, and we'll kick it with you guys here for another hour. The little people are being pushed out of the Biddy. Well, not really, because little people can purchase little amounts of the Biddy because one Bitcoin is divided by 100 million sats. Like I said, your first target, if you're new, become a Satoshi millionaire. Practically $1,000. You can make that happen. And then just keep stacking sats accordingly, right? Saylor knows that Chinese TEMU will be bigger than the Amazon within 5 to 10 years, so better to get the money into the Biddy. Word up. Being there for the Walmart in El Salvador, they already accept the Biddy. And there you go. Well, El Salvador, I think by law, they have to allow that option since Bitcoin became a legal tender, back in 2020. So I think everyone doing business, including the big companies, McDonald's, whatever, all of them, they have to accept Bitcoin as a form of payment. It doesn't mean a lot of people are maybe, purchasing their groceries in Walmart using their Bitcoin, but people have the option to do so, and that's what it's all about. I'm a regular guy, and I amassed 0.5 Bitcoin over 3 years. That's a great story. It goes to show you that everyone is capable of accumulating, and never compare yourself to someone else. If we all compared ourselves today to like Michael Saylor, we'd all feel poor, and we'd jump off a bridge. But that's not fair in any way, shape, or form. So only compare yourself to where you were at maybe a month ago, maybe where you were at last year. Never compare yourself to to another human being. You're not doing yourself any justice if you do so. Because some people just say, but I'm not Jeff Bezos. I can't buy 10 billion of the Bitcoins, as if there are 10 billion Bitcoins, but you catch the drift. You know what I mean? People will convince themselves out of the greatest asset of all time. Instead of just keeping it stupid simple, the stupid simple thing is save in Bitcoin, right? Save in Bitcoin. Don't even consider it an investment. Just save in Bitcoin. It's superior savings technology. Those who save in fiat, what do we call them, folk?
We call them poor. We call them poor.
Precisely. But here's what we're going to do. We got 1,500 people on the stream. We're live and in the flesh. I'm going to go ahead and end the tube transmission, meaning if you're watching on YouTube, it's going to end. But we're going to continue for an additional hour for the uncensored extended version of the pod, exclusive on X and Rumble. So if you're one of the 200 folks on the tube right now, head on over to rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Again, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net, or come join us on X and let's get ready to rumble. And there you have it, yo. YouTube transmission should be ending any moment. Let me know.